Hey everyone, Kaori Takee here at the Streamy Award Nominations, the 5th annual in Santa Monica, the beautiful beach. Got some great interviews at, the Popcorn Talk, so come check out what we got. Hey Freddie, did you ever expect to be this large and famous when you started doing this?
Are you calling me fat?
Yeah, I kind of am actually. No, you're not fat.
No, not really. I think we always started with just the idea of, making videos, and hopefully people will like what we like, and that was kind of where we focused on. When we started, money wasn't even ever a part of the question, or even fame or anything like that. It was just a place to put things, and I think now it's different. Now you're looking at with everything that's out there, with the fact that there's money as part of the equation, and the fact that you have people who have become sort of Vine famous, Instagram famous, what have you. Now you have that, but I think for a lot of the people who first started out doing just YouTube videos, that was never a part of the question.
So I met you back in 2011, maybe at the Asian Film Festival, way back when.
Way back, yeah.
Way back when, and you were like a small fish in a big pond. So how much do you think things have changed for you in just your daily life now?
Well, not much, honestly. I mean, we still make movies. There hasn't really been much of a change, honestly.
Has it been easier, like getting celebrities to guest onto your shows and movies?
No, not really, because I think at the end of the day, it's still the same challenges that we faced back then, but it's a different scale of them. But it's still the same difficulties, So while we can, while you can contact people and say, hey, you want to show up on this, and people have a chance of knowing who you are, then it's harder to schedule it because that's the kind of the level of folks that you're talking to. So I think it's just constantly you're always at a different level, but it's always the same sort of difficulties that you face on a day-to-day basis.
So there's a lot of people that look up to you now. What are some tips you have for upcoming YouTubers that want to make it?
Well, the problem is all my tips are out of date because all my tips came at a time when things were different. But I think in general, I think people only find success when they focus on something that they really want to do, because you can't really sustain yourself doing it otherwise. If it's something that you're doing just for profit or just for the pursuit of fame, that doesn't last as long as something that's genuinely interesting to you.
What do you think has been the most rewarding thing about what you do?
Most rewarding thing I think is just being able to sort of set our own hours and being able to do stuff creatively without needing, without having to go through a lot of the barriers to entry that you normally have to in the entertainment industry. Something we're very lucky to be able to do, and something that I think it's unique to our sort of time at the moment, and so the most reward we get is just being thankfully in the right place and being able to keep doing what we're doing and make a living off of it.
And being an Asian American, what do you think are some of the challenges that you may face or we may face being in the entertainment industry and being a minority?
Yeah, I think it's the same challenges that any given minority faces when you deal with a status quo that's used to a certain representation.
Sure.
And what's interesting is you look at YouTube as a place where there's a lot more Asian American sort of stars, and a lot of the early ones. Even it's like guys like Ryan Higa, for example, and finding an audience that way, which shows I think that the world isn't what we represent it as. The world isn't exactly how it's represented in traditional media. And for us, it's being able to take advantage of the fact that there is an audience out there, and there is people sort of thirsty for a different representation in terms of the entertainment that they watch, and we have the opportunity of finally doing that. So it's kind of up to us to take advantage of that fact and showcase it as much as we can.
And how do you deal with the trolls? Because it's hard for me sometimes when I hear people saying, "Oh, you're Chinese, Japanese, same thing." I'm like, how dare you? But how do you deal with that?
I don't know. We just don't pay attention to it. I think at the end of the day, if you focus on what people are saying about you, you're not focusing on what you're working on, and you should be focusing on what you're working on.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any other projects that you can kind of tell us about?
Yeah. So in October this year, we're going to have a show come out on Hulu. It's going to be a Hulu original called Rocket Jump the Show. It's going to showcase 8 of our most ridiculous shorts that we've ever done, and give you a little look at the company and sort of behind the scenes in terms of the process. A little bit of a documentary meets ridiculous explosion. So if you thought that like Jiro Dreams of Sushi was a good documentary but didn't have enough explosions and cars flipping, we got something for you. It's coming out in October on Hulu.
And of all your videos, do you find one, and which one do you think was probably the most challenging to create?
Most challenging to create? I would say like honestly, the entire series for Video Game High School put us in a different different level of difficulty because there was so many things we had to worry about there that we didn't have to consider for our sort of weekly shorts, you know?
Yeah.
So anytime you start to do scripted, anytime you start to do narrative, anytime you have acting and real sort of writing and stuff like that, that's leagues and leagues different. We're still working on it. It's harder, but we're still working on getting good at it.
And so just looking at you, is there anything that no one would ever guess that you do or love to do?
Oh gosh. I just finished building a drone. I got a 250 class drone. It's pretty good. Finally put the ESCs in, getting a good, I still need to tune the PI settings, but yeah, how's that for nerdy for you?
Yeah, I love that. We'll talk later now,
Yeah.
but as for being a YouTube star, has that helped you out in the dating world?
Oh, what's the word? I have a line for this, I'm afraid. But
You're afraid?
No.
Say your line. Say it. Just say it. It's all good.
The line I've used is, no, it's awful.
No, it's
we're not
fine.
doing it.
I can edit it.
We're not doing it.
Aww.
I'll say this.
Now you're teasing me.
We used to joke that the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
Oh my. You know, saying it off camera might mean that I can see it now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. It's really good to see you.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope we'll meet again in 4 years.
Yeah, we'll meet again in 4 years.
All right.
Thanks.